Emma O'Farrell spent 20 years dealing with a degenerative eye disorder called keratoconus, which eventually left her visually disabled. However, in 2012, Dr. Karen DeLoss from the University of Michigan's Kellogg Eye Center fit Emma with a revolutionary pair of PROS contact lenses, not only restoring her sight, but inspiring the spunky Scotswoman to thank Dr. DeLoss and to help other patients whose eyes are also impacted by this incurable disorder.
I'm going to bike ride.
So we go back to the passion, the lifelong passion.
We go back to the passion. Yep, we go back to the passion. And
but how is bike riding going to pay her back? Do you ask her to go with you?
Bike riding, I thought about how I could do it and for what reason. And a way of saying thank you to Karen DeLoss was I wanted to raise money and give it back to the University of Michigan. And I wanted to give it back in a way that other patients, other people with this condition were going to benefit from it. So
help them get lenses or help the research?
Help them with the PROS lenses, not the research. I wanted it to go directly to patients that needed this type of help because I made it. I went through that process and it changed my life. So I wanted to help other people get their life back too and show them Karen DeLoss and how much she had helped me and impacted my life and my family's life in what she does as a job and a passion. So I decided that I was going to bike ride. And, well, to bike ride, you have to raise money if you're going to give money back. So how about starting a foundation? So I thought about it, and I came up with Bike for Sight. Bike for Sight is known on many other people's foundations, but mine is Bike for Sight U of M, University of Michigan.
You add U of M on it to
Yes.
make it stand out.
Make it mine.
And is it a 501c3? Did you go through that, or is
Yes,
it?
I approached the U of M, and I had a meeting, and I put forth what my idea was and what my passion was. And they helped me get through red tape and all the legal documents and everything I needed to in order to raise the money, and provided me with my bike shirt.
Help you with your bike shirt? What does that mean?
Because I wanted their name. I wanted their name on what I was doing. So the U of M's logo is on Bike for Sight.
Okay, because that would be copyrighted. You wouldn't be allowed to use that.
No. And I'm doing this for the U of M. So to me, it's not about me. It's about getting the awareness out there, and it's about getting the money to help these other people.
Tell me about when you went to Karen DeLoss to tell her that you want to do this. What is that like?
I told her through one of my appointments after I got the lenses. I sat right in front of her and I said, there is no proper way for me to thank you enough for what you've done for me and my family and our life, and the way that you have given me everything back. And I remember she was a little bit emotional as well, and it was an emotional time. And I said, I've decided that, flowers on the card aren't enough. I'm going to raise money. And she went, really? And I said, yeah. She said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to bike ride.
What was her reaction?
She was very humbled. She was very humbled. And she gave me a very nice hug, and she thanked me, and, she said that I basically had kind of impacted her with the way that, just the type of person I was.
How long does it take you to get all the pieces in place that you can start doing this?
It took me probably about 6 months, 8 months.
So by the time you get approval, it's prime bike riding time. Mm-hmm. It's summertime.
Mm-hmm. And I had started training. I got a personal trainer who I now work closely with, Darlene Chilcutt.
Who was the first one you told when you started coming up with this idea to train and then to raise money?
My husband.
And what did he say?
He thought it was a good idea. I mean, he knew that this was obviously a passion of mine that I wanted to do, and so he went out and bought me a road bike.
Did he, at any point, did he say, hey, you know what, we need to make our own money for our own family, you need to do that first?
Not until after the bike ride.
Like, what determines that first ride? Is it the time of year? Is it you?
I set a date.
What? Based on?
I set a date on basically on how many months it would really take to get myself trained up to do it. But being the first time, there is no real telling if you're ready or not. You know, you could ride 1,000 miles and still not be ready.
And who determines the distance? I mean, is this, you're doing this
I did.
all by yourself?
Mhm.
So how do you throw a number in the air?
I decided I was going to bike ride from my home in Grosse Ile to the Kellogg Eye Center at University of Michigan.
And how far is that?
Just under 50 miles.
And how long a time were you giving yourself to do this?
There was really no set hourly time to do it. It was all dependent on the route. And I had never cycled the route before. We only drove the route that we had mapped out. It was all just first time. You know, was there hills involved? Yeah, there was a couple of hills involved. Was there a lot of flat road? Yeah. Was it ever at a point to where on the bike ride was I, oh, this is such a stupid idea? No.
But at the same time, what was your initial thought of the timing? What did you forecast that it would take you to get those 50 miles
I was
done?
probably looking at between 4 and 5 hours.
10 miles an hour? That's fast, girl.
I actually went 17.4 was my steady pace.
In the gym.
No, on the road.
On the road, but you didn't know that.
I didn't know that. My husband had our van in front.
Did
and
he
we
pace
safe in
you?
front. No, I paced him because at some points I was catching up to him, and then my best friend was in her car behind me, so I was kind of caged in between two people
Got
that were
it.
keeping me safe.
And did you notify the police in every town along the way?
No, what we did was my husband painted my Bike for Sight logo on the back of my best friend's car and the back window of the minivan, and we also put a message on the side, honk to support. And there was trucks and cars and everything that were honking. When I put things on Facebook and I did a slideshow on there of the bike ride, I had I Can See Clearly Now was the song.
Yeah.
And that's the song I relate to Bike for Sight.
In any great athletic achievement, there comes a point when the person involved thinks, I can't make it.
I never thought that.
Why am I not surprised?
I never thought that going up the hills that I had to go up, everybody in the vehicles were chanting, you know, you can do it, keep going. But that was all that was going through my head. I never thought, oh, what have I done? This is too hard. No, you can't think that way. You have to keep going.
When you get to U of M, is there anybody there waiting?
Yeah. There was quite a few people there, and there was obviously Karen DeLoss, and her assistant Matt, the office assistant. There was the two nurses that had helped me with training, and I remember Sarah being there, and a few other ones like from the front desk, and just other ones that I didn't recognize, but my story had gone out, and they followed me with the story, and it had gone through University of Michigan to say, you know, what I was doing and why I was doing it. And I actually ended up raising over $3,000.
And what did you think of that?
I didn't think I was going to even raise $1,000.
Okay.
But it went over and above. I would bike right across America if it was going to raise money to help other people get this help too. And I'd love to do that. I'd love that to be one of my goals. Will it ever happen? I don't know. We'll see.